Welcome to another episode of Hip Hop Hoops Podcast. I am your host, Anthony Igadero.
And I'm your co-host, Chris Blackwood. What up, what up, what up, what up? Let's go.
Listen, man, the NBA has been on fire. So
literally.
There's a huge question, man. Shout out to DJ Wicked, man. Happy New Year. First off, Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, 220. What is
2023?
Let's go.
2023 is good to you. We want to Happy New Year, wish everybody blessings. Shout out Tidal League, and just keep supporting, man. Hip Hop Hoops, man. Follow us on all our socials, man. Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And follow us, man, on YouTube, man. Just keep showing that love and that support, man.
Facts.
We are doing it for you guys, man.
Facts.
And if you guys want to book us, man, get on the website, man. And book us, man, for any of your events, man. Any of your basketball, hip hop events, man. We are available, man. Me and Woods will be there.
Like swimwear.
But brother, man, the question for today that I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Are the players today that good, or is the defense just that bad?
I mean, you ever hear
that's the question.
Don't bring a gun to a knife fight, or don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
That's what's going on right now. The players of today are super skilled, right? But
that's the question, guys.
How could you compete and combat these players if you can't get physical? You know what I mean? And this is what the elder statement basketball players are talking about. You know what I mean? You can't hand check. You can't bump excessively. There's things you just can't do. You know what I mean? And then you can't really zone too much. You know what I mean? The key's wide open at times. Man, you could drop a 71. You could drop a 60. You're seeing it. The players of today, though, are super duper skilled. Don't get it twisted.
So I'm a bit of both. I'm on both sides a little bit. I know a lot of people don't want to feel like the defense is just that bad, especially LeBron fans, because they don't want that kind of stain on his era. But the defense is terrible. It's just terrible. There's no resistance whatsoever, man. It's just bad.
But the rest dictate that too as well with their calls, man. I watched the Indiana Raptors game, you know what I mean? And just the amount of touch fouls that were called in that game, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, if this was another team, who knows what would have happened? But
this is, I believe this is what the NBA wanted. They want the guys to score high numbers the way it is. They want the superstars to, put up these crazy numbers to fill those seats.
No, I get it. The entertainment aspect is really taking over right now.
Definitely the entertainment aspect of things, man. But I'll say one thing that I really feel what's helping a lot of this scoring, and that's 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
If you look at the evolution of the 3-point shot, man, that's one thing that I'll put over players in the 80s, the 90s, and now. 3-point shooting is a lot better now. We've never seen shooters like Steph Curry. Reggie Miller is a phenomenal shooter. Ray Allen is phenomenal. But when you think of guys like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, those are some of the best shooters we've ever seen. We see guys like Kevin Durant who are shooting threes. And these guys are shooting 8-9 attempts by themselves. Curry, right, I believe, might have more 3-point attempts than he actually has 2-point attempts, right?
And that's the thing, you know what I mean? When you look at you guys quit dissing my man Fred VanVleet, but sometimes when he's playing, his 3-point field goal attempts is way more than the 2-point. You know what I mean? And I think that's where the game is going right now. Where we're at right now, it's going to probably change in the future, but right now where we're at, you know what I mean? It's 3s over 2s right now, man. That's just what we're doing.
If I did a little research, man, and I'm looking at, the 3-point attempts per team. How many 3-point shots per team? What's the average 3-point shots?
What is it?
In the 90s, so I try to do per decade. So I try to go from, 1980 to 90. So 1980 to 90, and it is the 3-point attempts were 6.2 per team a game.
Mm-hmm.
So guys were taking 6 threes as a team from 1980 to 90.
Right.
So for that whole decade, teams were attempting only 6.6 threes a game.
Well, yo,
so
they were attacking the basket, man. They were attacking that rim all day.
In 1990, though, in 1990 to 2000, guys were taking 13.7 threes as a team. Teams were taking this many threes.
Yeah, that's still pretty low.
And from 20, so 2000, it's not 10 years, but I'm looking at from 2010 till now, teams are taking, I keep saying guys, teams are taking 35.2 threes per game.
Damn.
Do you see the evolution of the threes right now? 32 as a team.
No, and I mean, do you think maybe, analytics, you know what I mean? The analytic aspect of the game now, like, coaching staffs are basing it off of analytics sometimes. And, it says, yo, we got to put up at least 35, you know what I mean? To have a shot at winning. Like, who knows? Like, you know what I mean? But that could be discussions within those coaching rooms, like, those war rooms or whatnot. Like, how many trade balls are supposed to be put up? And like the number is 35.3. So that's what they're doing. 30, let's get up 36 shots from the 3-point line.
Because this is crazy. And obviously, in 1980 to 1990, the average points per game was, 109. Then in 1990 to 2000, it was the points per game was 91.
Right.
And then now the average points per game is 110. So when you look at how the game is now, guys don't even run fast breaks. You have a point guard in the middle and he runs a fast break and the wings are running straight to the 3-point line.
Yeah, I know
that's basketball now.
You know what? It's not like that with all the teams, but the majority, yes, I'll give you that.
For majority of the team, listen, 35.2 threes. This is not just a Western Conference. This is not just Eastern Conference. 35.2. This is the whole entire league.
Facts.
The whole entire league, they're averaging 35 threes per team. That's insane. Damn. We're talking about Jordan's era was shooting 6-7 a game. We're talking about, T-Mac and Kobe, those 2000 era, they're taking 13, almost 14 a game to 35.
Yo,
that jump is insane.
Who you could thank for that though?
Steph Curry?
Damn right. You know what I mean? Who's going to take?
But again,
going to take Magic Johnson's spot again, at Mount Rushmore at the point.
Listen, my question,
remember that.
My question to you and everybody, my question to you and everybody is: are the players today that good, or is the defense just that bad? What's going on with these explosions? We have Donovan Mitchell.
It's the rules, man. It's the
rules. Hold on. Donovan Mitchell, 71. We had Luka, who scored 60, 51, and 50 this season. Joel Embiid, 59 and 53.
Yeah.
We got Devin Booker, who scored 58, 51. We have Greek Freak, had a career high 55. We had AD, had 55. We had Klay Thompson, had 54. In a span of 3 games, he scored like 114 by himself.
Right.
We have Pascal, 52. I'm not sure if that's a career high or not. You have Darius Garland, 51. You have Steph Curry, who had 50. You had Kevin Durant today, who scored like 40. He had a few games. He had like 3 or 4 games there. He scored 40. I believe he scored like 43 today.
Right.
What is happening with this explosion of like these points? Donovan Mitchell scored 71.
Hey, he had a lane violation when he took that free throw, eh? Just refs, do a better job. I'm just saying, man. That 71 shouldn't even count.
Listen, man.
It shouldn't even count.
What is happening? Are the players, Donovan Mitchell, are these guys just that good?
No,
are they just that good?
it all depends on the team.
Or
The teams that they're scoring these massive points on. Let's keep that into consideration and see where their defense is at. Because that shit ain't happening with the Raptors. Raptors are locking up all the superstars. Keep that.
guys,
Put
come on,
that in
come on.
your. Put that in your
Woods, man.
smoke.
I need you to stay focused right now. I need you to stay focused. Like, let's stay focused, man. I get you. I love the Raptors, so I'm very upset we just lost that game. But guys are scoring on anybody in the league.
Right.
Better offense is always better than great defense.
Facts.
I just need to understand, like
there's nothing
for you to score 71. That's impressive. However, which way you want to put it. It's just like my man when I was at Mount Zion Prep and guys were saying, "Oh, Denham Brown scored 100." Who was he playing against? He was listen, man. To score 100 points is hard. What are you talking about? I don't care who you're playing against.
Real talk.
So to score 71, Donovan Mitchell scored 71 against the Bulls. Like they got some players that are going to be in the Hall of Fame one day on that team.
Who?
DeMar DeRozan. He'll make Hall of Fame.
Okay. You said players.
Zach LaVine has an opportunity to make Hall of Fame one day.
Cut it out, man. Cut it out.
Listen, man. He scored 70. He scored 71 against Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Chicago Bulls. However, which way you want to put it. This wasn't like a middle school and it was grown man against kids. Like let's pay respects to these guys.
Luka
what they're doing.
60 against the Knicks, right?
Right.
Pascal had 60 against the Knicks. Right?
Devin Booker had 58 against New Orleans Pelicans. That's a good team.
No, that's a very good team. With Zion playing. All right,
So I'm not going to disrespect and say the teams are just horrible that they're scoring. These guys are all NBA.
I'm not saying
these NBA
horrible,
players.
But Iggs, the rules have changed. You cannot.
So help us understand.
What do you mean? What's there not to understand? You can't.
No, I know because guys are. I've heard different things. I've heard guys saying, it's just the players are just so skilled right now, and the way they can score is just, you can't do anything about it. So I'm trying to understand a guy like Giannis. They're saying we've never seen a player like Giannis before in our life. So he's gonna do what he wants in any single area. It don't matter.
Right.
So I'm trying to understand: is it the defense is just so poor? I believe it's a bit of both. I think the defense is very, very poor, and
with
some with the rules,
it's happening in the regular season. Like, you know what I mean? That's not happening in the playoffs. Now I'm starting to realize why some people say, "Hey," like Stephen A. said it all the time. And Max Kellerman. Oh, I'm gonna wait till the playoff starts, because that's when the real season begins. You know what I mean? Because clearly,
I don't agree with that.
Like, you're playing like five. Some teams are playing 5 games in 6 nights, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Coaches don't really get a chance to really, scheme and game plan for other teams when they're playing a back-to-back or whatever the case may be. It's such a condensed season. There's so many factors that go into.
I think that's a grind.
It is a grind.
I think that's a grind to play 82 games in a season.
It is, and I'm not knocking it.
I think that's a grind.
I'm just saying it's going to happen though. You're gonna get an explosion.
But so how come it never?
Explosion. Sorry, say what you're saying.
How come we look at 40? Kevin Durant scored 43 points tonight, and in the 90s we would have been like, oh my god, this man just scored 40. But now we're looking at 40 like, man, you ain't scored 50 though.
Right.
Who cares?
Right.
Like that's like a career high. Like it's like, wow, if you score 50, not 40.
No, it's real.
Like what is happening with these explosions, man? Guys, the question is, man, are the players today just that good, or is the defense just that bad? And I'm going to go with a bit of both. I think the players, they're highly skilled right now. They shoot the ball at an extreme high level, especially the 3-point. There's more 3-point attempts with 35.2 attempts per team a game. Man. And I just think that, and every team has about 3-4 guys that are launching threes. Even the bigs are launching threes.
I'm gonna have to disagree with all that, man. You know what I mean? I feel it's the refs. I feel it's the rules. Obviously, the league itself wants this game to be entertaining and high scoring. So the refs got to do what they got to do.
So you think
you can't touch up players on the perimeter. You know what I mean? They're dictating how defense.
Yeah, but you still have to make shots though. You still have to make shots.
You know what I mean? Look at Marcus Smart, our previous defensive player of the year. How much time is he flopping? So he's only flopping because he knows he can't rough up or he can't defend the way he wants to defend on the ball.
Then say it's the defense.
I'm not saying it's the defense. I'm saying it's the refs.
It got to be the defense. So what you're saying the defense is different.
No, I'm not saying the defense. I'm saying the defense has to adjust to the rules because the rules have changed and the rules cater the offensive player. That's just what it is.
So you think a guy like Joker who's shooting threes, a guy like Steph Curry who's shooting 12, 13 threes a game, you think that has zero to do with it? Like power forwards never shoot threes in the 80s and the 90s for real. Like you had some Kevin Garnett's and Rasheed Wallace that shot a bit.
Yeah, back
you have Kevin Durant who's playing a power forward and he's shooting threes.
Horace Grant at the power forward, he used to be pretty good on the perimeter.
He never shot threes, bro. He's never shot it.
He shot mid ranges. He shot the mid ranges, the short corner shots.
It's not even the same, brother. It's not even the same.
Back then it was
no. It's not even the same.
Shooting
it's not the
from
same.
The perimeter as a power forward.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
The mid range. I'm just saying.
Bro, what are we talking about right now? It's not even close. Like this is a jump shooting league right now. It's not even close at all positions, bro. At all positions. I'm giving you the numbers. Teams are averaging 35 threes a game, bro.
Listen. I'm more of the eye test.
Bro, I'm giving you facts of numbers.
You're giving me stats, which is
cool. But these are facts.
I'm looking at eye test. When Steph Curry, love him to death, when he's complaining, when Fred VanVleet, when Raptors won that chip, was locking him up, and he was like,
Could we not talk about that, bro? Like that was how many years ago? Like what we talking about, Fred?
I'm talking about being physical as a defender. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so we're talking. You're saying the defense. You're saying it's the defense, and that's what I just said to you. And you're saying no. It's the defense. The defense is not allowing you to be physical anymore. The way it used to be in the 90s.
Is it the defense or is it the league?
Bro, league, defense, it's the same thing.
The rules play a huge role.
But what's the rules? The rules, that's defense. That's the same thing. The defense doesn't allow you to play physical anymore.
Bottom line.
Yes, hand check is part of defense, bro.
So therefore, what I said, let's bring it back to a full circle. You know what I mean? The defenders are bringing a knife to a gunfight. These basketball players are so skilled that you can't do nothing on defense but just stay in front and hope that they miss the shot. Box out, contest the shot. You know what I mean? You can't get physical or maybe even try and flop here and there. You know what I mean? When they're driving to the basket and you beat them to the spot and they call a block. You know what I mean? But the league wants it to be high scoring. So defense is at a minimum right now, man.
I watched so many games. I've watched so many games where I'm seeing guys get uncontested shots. Mm-hmm. I see when guys I've seen guys like, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron, KD, they're going to the basket and the lane just opens in parts like the Red Sea. No resistance whatsoever.
I mean, that's just one possession out of.
That's not that. I see that. If you watch a full game and you see how much that happens, Draymond Green said something that I agree with, and he said, if guys actually had a motor and they played hard, if players just played hard in the NBA, then you can have a career of like 10, 12 years. Draymond Green has made a career out of playing hard all the time. Guys don't play hard all the time. I watch basketball all the time and every day. And it's it's a big difference of when I see guys playing college basketball and guys playing in the NBA. College basketball guys are diving on the floor,
right?
Knee burns. It don't matter.
But playoff basketball and regular season, those are two.
Bro, playoff I seen it happen in playoff basketball as well. I seen it happen in playoff basketball as well.
Playoff.
I seen playoff basketball and I seen it not as intense. Not every single game. What do you mean how? I see it. I'm talking this era of basketball. Guys don't play hard. They don't play as hard.
I mean,
there's no resistance.
They're well fed. They're getting
like we have. Look at the top players in the NBA. Look at the top players. If we say the top players in the NBA right now, Giannis. We say Giannis is 1, Curry is 2, doesn't defend. Jokic is in everybody's top 5. He doesn't defend. Luka's in the top 5. He doesn't defend.
But yo
like do you see that?
They have defenders on their team.
I'm telling you, the defense is horrible today than it ever was.
But you're talking. You can't mention those type of scores. And then,
but if you look at the defense, if you look at the defensive ratings from then and back from back then and now, you'll see guys don't defend. Guys block more shots back then. You'll see it all the way down the board. The defensive ratings are bad. The superstars today don't defend. They're not two-way players. You had Michael Jordan, who's a two-way defender. Scottie Pippen, Grant Hill. Those guys are two-way players. Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady. Guys are two-ways. Now you have guys like James Harden, who there's a whole blooper reel out there of him like just letting guys walk by him going to the basket.
I mean, but hey, you're talking about a 1-2 guys.
But how many guys are two-way players in the league? Tell me. Joel Embiid, John Morant. No. Come on, man. John Morant is not a two-way defender. What are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
He doesn't defend. John Morant does not defend.
He defends his position.
He does not defend his. He'll cook, but he'll get cooked. John Morant does not defend.
I don't know.
John Morant is not a defender. I don't know any guard that defends at a high level. Point guard. Damian Lillard does not defend. Kyrie does not defend. Curry does not defend. John Morant does not defend. Those guys don't defend. But what are you talking about?
I'm talking about. I answered your question.
When Kyrie Irving matches up with Memphis, Dylan Brooks is taking him, or he's guarding Kevin Durant. One of the two.
Right, but that's how it goes throughout the league. What are you talking about? There ain't no star-studded guard.
But I'm telling you, it goes around the board. It goes around the board. Luka does not defend. These are the top players in the league now. The top players in the league don't defend like they used to.
But are we saying top scorers or top players?
We're talking top players because all the top scorers are the top players.
I don't know.
All the players who are top scorers right now, they're the top players in the league.
So
Jason Tatum is a top player. Jason Tatum's a top 5 player.
He doesn't defend?
He's probably and Giannis. Him and Giannis are the only ones who defend in the top 5.
Embiid doesn't defend?
He's another one who defends. Though the two-way player. Keep going. It's two-way player.
I'm just saying. You saying
go. 5. Joker is a top 5, top 10 player. He doesn't defend.
Joker and Steph and Luka.
Steph is not a top. He doesn't defend. Steph. Joker doesn't defend. Luka doesn't defend.
All right. So that's 3 and 3.
LeBron don't defend.
He's in year 20.
It don't matter.
Defended. He's been defending the position. We're
talking about the top players in the league. They don't defend.
Would you call LeBron a top player in the league right now?
He's a top 10 player, LeBron. He's playing like a top 5 right now. If you look at his scoring outbursts, he got 40, 30, 20.
Against who?
It don't matter. Against NBA players. What are you talking about? Against NBA players.
No.
Against NBA players. Exactly. They don't defend. But they're still NBA. They're still NBA players. You can't don't poo poo NBA. Don't poo poo the competition.
I will never disrespect
because it goes back now.
Just saying, like, look at the standings. Like, I'm just like, come on, man. Hopefully, you have a good game today. Who they playing against today? Lakers.
LeBron's not playing. He's out tonight.
Oh,
they played Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler defends.
No, he defends definitely, but I don't know if you know, the general public will say he's a superstar.
Nah, he's on the borderline. Bradley Beal does not defend. Like Trae Young does not defend at all.
You know what I mean? Jaylen Brown defends.
Jaylen Brown who? Oh, Jaylen Brown from the Celtics? Yeah, he defends.
He defends.
That whole team defends, and that's why they're won. That's why they're the best team in the NBA. Because their whole team defends. You know? AD, he defends. Bo, shout out Bo. Bo, I'll give you that.
I mean,
that's the question, guys.
That's the league right there, man. That's what the league wants, man.
I agree. That's what the league wants, but I think it's just the defense is just not there. The question, guys, are the players today as that good, or is the defense just that bad? That's the question. We'll make some stuff on Instagram. We want you guys to respond. Let's talk about it. You know, a guy, White Chocolate, you know, he blocked us because we had this conversation about he feels that the defense in the NBA today was harder than it was back then, and that's just caca. As you can see, Donovan Mitchell dropped 70. Like, you know, Luka had 60, 51, and 50 this year so far.
Right.
Joel Embiid had 59, had 53. Devin Booker had 58, almost 60, and 51. Greek Freak 55, AD 55. Klay Thompson has 114 points in the last 3 games. Sir, that's just not defense. So, yeah, shout out to White Chocolate. You know, unblock us, please.
Yeah,
unblock us.
Come on the show, man.
Unblock us. Ben Simmons defends, but he can't. He doesn't have no offensive game to save his life. So,
right.
The question is, are the NBA players that good today, or is the defense just that bad? Who was your favorite performer to in the guys that I said? Who's your favorite guy that your favorite performance? Was it Donovan Mitchell?
I mean, now that I've seen the lane violation, I can't count it personally. So I'll go with Luka right now. I mean,
Luka with 60, 20, was it 22 rebounds?
11 assists, 20-something boards, 60 points. That's some video game-ish right there, man. You know what I mean?
I got to go with Donovan Mitchell, man. They were down big, and he came back. Like, it's like
Dallas was down as well.
They needed every single point. The way Luka did it, you know, hitting it off the glass, and then that put back was pretty dope.
It wasn't a violation though. Donovan's was. Can't count
it. I liked the Devin Booker's 58. You know, he was just because the importance of that game. That's almost like a rival right now. The way the Pelicans were just kicking their butt, and it's like they needed that game. You know, they needed that game. So there's a few of them. I like Pascal's 52, man. They needed all 52 of those points, man. They won the game.
A whole lot of twos and ones. I'm just saying. Shout out Pascal though. That's my guy.
So yeah. Definitely, guys. Let us know. What do you feel? And you want to add any more to this, man? You know, guys, are the players today that good, or is the defense just that bad? Holla at us, man. Let us know what you guys think, man. I think it's a bit of both, man. I think it's a bit of both. I think the defense is just so poor, and then you add that on top of highly skilled players, you're gonna see a 71. So let us know what you guys think, man.
Facts.
So take us out, big dog.
Hey, man, just continue to support, man. Thank you for the support. Hit us up on IG. Follow us on all our social platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And yo, that's where hip hop meets hoops, man. Just continue to support us, man. We're here.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We out of here. Tidal League.